I like that you
Mhm,
brought up purity culture because that was definitely something that I experienced
mhm,
as well in high school, and how powerful the imagination was there and how much it did, even though it was, I think, obviously after a good aim, it made me think that that was sort of my chief sin. I either like crossed or didn't cross, and that made me a
mhm.
Christian, and that made me judge other people based off of what they did. So it was so persuasive in that that it completely made me forget about the very much worse vice of something like pride, right? That as I'm judging other people, I'm actually more guilty of what I'm doing than what they were doing, and envy and all of these things that are really neglected. So when we think about it practically too, Christian nationalism, as you mentioned, is something that I write about here, of just this way that Christian nationalism has made us think that, like, kind of America first, American exceptionalism. We see Jesus draped in flags, carrying guns, just things that really don't fit with, once again, like the Jesus that we see in the gospel. Consumerism has just become so pervasive, even in our church spaces, that when you go to church, at least in some of them, you sort of expect to be entertained, that there is this emphasis on a concert type atmosphere. The seating will even look kind of like an auditorium. There's smoke and lights, and it might eventually, over time, cause us to think that Christianity is supposed to be something that makes us feel as good as a concert will, or going to a football game, or going to the theater. But again, it's not that. It's not just about this kind of warm blanket or this feeling good. And it makes us feel like if we show up to church, then we're immediately going to get something out of it, right? Like it becomes almost a transactional relationship. And it can influence then how we see God too, in that if God, we go through a dry spell, which I don't know a Christian who hasn't gone through dry spells, but if we go through a dry spell, we might, if we've been formed so much by this consumer imagination, just give up on our faith because I'm not getting anything out of it anymore. Like the transaction seems to be broken. So I'm going to like shop or find something else, essentially. So that is something that I do think can malform us over time. And the more that we sort of allow entertainment to enter into the church space, it can potentially cause us to misjudge who God is, to misjudge kind of the role of church, to misjudge how our emotions is are not about kind of seeking highs, but instead trying to seek deeper waters, which a well-trained imagination is always trying to do, right? Is to bring us towards richness, towards more complexity, towards a deeper and I think much more robust understanding of what faith can and should look like.